That's an interesting way to start, but I'm going to keep it in there because it's so human. It's so normal. This is Vickie coming to you from Upper Room Ministries. I just got finished teaching in the upper room. Boy, was it powerful. We had probably about 10 to 15 people who reported that they were healed from pain. Back pain, leg pain, all kinds of pain. Was totally healed. Went from a 6 to 0, 8 to 0, and all that good stuff. It's amazing. And I'm having to have this meeting by finding another place to have my Zoom meeting. Okay? That's called being flexible. That's also called, I know that God has providence before this event, and He told me to go ahead and have the upper room. So He must have provision on where I need to host the upper room. I was able to quickly find it, and it was a great place at my mom's facility where she is staying. Now, here's the thing. My mom was supposed to be at Coronado. I shouldn't have said the name, but Coronado to go to rehab to go see her spouse and get a haircut at 1. I was watching the time closely to make sure I had enough time. Have you ever done this? Just watch the humanness of this story, because there is a end fruit that I want you to really hold on to, chew on, and live by. So as I was watching, I wrapped up the Zoom meeting, which went a lot later than normal because I stayed for a question and answer period, which is perfect and wonderful. All of a sudden, my mom calls frantic. You're supposed to be here. The lady's already there. Where are you? I'm like, Mom, we have plenty of time. And then I looked at my computer clock was on Colorado time. My phone was on Texas time. And I was about almost an hour late. I had to make a decision for peace. Do you decide for peace? I had to go to the knowing place. Remember I said, create a knowing place journal. The knowing place requires that I move at the pace of peace. That means I walk at the pace of peace. I mean, with a sense of purpose, but I am intentional and deliberately making a choice to not be rattled by yelling and screaming in someone's energy. Can you do that? Of course you can, because grace is always available. Then the next thing I hear, I was supposed to meet somebody about a placement for the stepdad, and she left because I wasn't here on time. Providence before the event. God knew it was going to be here. Providence is always here first. Pay attention. Doors opening, doors closing. Isaiah 22:22. So that's from the knowing place, you see. You're building up the vocabulary and you're pulling and extracting it to live by it as a lifestyle. I get to the apartment after my computer's having to download. It has to convert. I can't unplug it. So I end up using the office. You see, flexibility. Providence is here. Guardian angel, what do I do next? I get an impression on my mind, leave it here, let it convert, go get your mom. I go get my mom. She is super flustered, holding her little piece of paper that says, I'm supposed to be getting a haircut like 30 minutes ago. That's okay. Knowing place says, give her compassion. Be a witness of mercy. Be a witness of joy and peace. Continue to move at the pace of peace. Do you see? Okay, so I get her, put the legs on the wheelchair, get her in the wheelchair, roll her down to the car. My car is parked too close to another car. She's rattled again. Do you see what's going on? I have to decide for peace, go after peace, behave like peace. Move at the pace of peace. I want Jesus to see that I'm deciding for Him and trusting with confidence that He has provided for this moment and every moment. Get her in the car, driving at the pace of peace. Simultaneously, my daughter's calling for a doctor's appointment. Simultaneously, I'm getting notifications that I missed the appointment with the person I was supposed to meet for placement. Simultaneously, lots going on. I decide what phone call I take and what phone call not to take. One phone call I took while I was trying to get ready, and I just felt it wasn't the right time. I politely said, hey, if it's not an emergency, can we talk in a minute? Do you see? These are decisive, intentional, and deliberate ways in which a warrior moves, listening to the interior voice to move supernaturally in power and authority. Sure, I'm pretty drained from this physically, my physical body is, but my spirit is soaring. So come into agreement with the spirit experience, not the physicality of the body, because the body will bounce back through grace supernaturally. Did you catch all that? That was some juicy stuff. And I was getting ready to make this recording, and the fire alarm went off here. So I was like, perfect. I'll delay the recording. I'll decide for peace, and I'll share the testimony so that you too can move at the pace of peace and do what love requires in the moment. The sun is shining on you. Make sure your gaze is trained there. Amen.